2 seconds later, I got rocked, like a big explosion.
Oh.
I actually got blown up in Afghanistan too. I guess for me, I was ready to get out, so I was like, yeah, I want to go back home. So mentally, I was thinking like, yeah, I want to get out, and I think a lot of veterans do that.
You're back in the States. You're living your civilian life. When did you realize or experience your PTSD episodes, and what are you doing now for help? Hey, 2H2Fers, welcome back with your favorite two mother effers. And it's Thursday. We got Albert. We're back. It's Thursday, that much closer to the weekend. Let's enjoy this episode of Too Hard, Too Fast podcast. As we may or may not know too much about what we're talking about, Tuesday completely blew our minds. So if you haven't watched Tuesday's episode, wow. This is Thursday. We're getting into what Alberto's doing now. So we're going to broaden perspectives. And I know this intro is weird. I've enjoyed a little too much of a brew sanity. So sit back, buckle up. Let's go. Too hard, too fast. Boom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast. Thank you for having me on. Happy New Year. Let's make 2021 better than every other year.
Hell yeah. The podcast of the century. Right. Hell yeah. Chug some wine. Go chug some wine, people.
Where's your drink?
Hey,
Or go chug some bourbon. Some America bourbon, right?
America. Get that America. So if you guys are wondering what this is, or what America bourbon is, or the ST wine that Worm is drinking, check out also that episode. We gave our ratings. We talked about them. Check that out, Tuesday's episode. But now we're getting into Albert's life. Okay, so you're out of the military. You met the life. I was gonna say the life of your life. I was gonna say the love.
The life of your love.
I was gonna say that the life of your love. That's why this is Thursday. A
long week. It's been a long week.
Long week. We're still wearing the same clothes.
Still drinking the same drinks, but it's all good.
It's all good. You're back in the States. You're living your civilian life. When did you realize or experience your PTSD episodes, and what are you doing now for help?
Okay, so the last 6 months, the last year of my Marine Corps, so obviously not when I was in Afghanistan, but every time I was back wherever I was, I drank a lot. Whenever I would go out, I would drink, hang out, I would drink. I don't know if it's just the lifestyle of the Marines or I didn't connect what I was doing to myself or what I was drinking and all that. I didn't connect it to PTSD at the time. There was a point in time that I couldn't sleep. I was still in the Marine Corps. I couldn't sleep, or I would have night terrors. I would see faces of the guys from Iraq that we killed in Iraq and stuff like that. I would see their faces. I would wake up and stuff like that. So that was the first kind of like hint that something was going on. But I always there's a stigma with PTSD. And I will admit that I was at fault for not helping with that stigma. And I was, for me, I was like, before even knowing what PTSD was or that I even had it, I thought, oh, PTSD only happens to people that are their babies their whole life, or they have no experiences, or they're mama's boys and they're freaking out. That was literally my definition.
Like especially with the Hispanic community and the Latinx, like we downplay that. Like, no, we're tough, we're chingones. We don't feel.
So I was like, I'm good, and I felt fine, I guess, whatever. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I have terrors every now and then. I can't sleep. And then I asked the doctor for some medicine, and they gave me Ambien, which I regret because I lost some memory with Ambien. But that was my first hint of it. But coming out of the Marine Corps, coming back to civilian life, San Antonio, I didn't change my lifestyle. I kept drinking a lot. I kept partying, and now I had more reason to party because I was out. Like, my friends were like accepting me back. You know what I mean? So my friends wanted to go out. They wanted to see me, and I was drinking more. And I never sat down to focus on my thoughts or my feelings or other people's thoughts and feelings. I didn't even think about that stuff. I was just, I want to drink, I want to party, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I'll do it. I didn't sit down and think about feelings, basically. And that might be a Chingon thing or Mexican thing. You know what I mean? You don't think about it. You just live in life. So then I decided to go to ACT in school, and I graduated that, and I started working. At this same point, in that point in my life, Natasha, my wife, she came back to San Antonio because she was with her ex at the time, and she split up, and she came back home because this is her home. So we've been best friends since middle school. So she came back, and she knew I was back, so we hung out all the time, best friends.
You hit her up on the DMs.
No, it wasn't even like that, though. It really wasn't, I'll be honest. It's a kind of a running joke. I put myself in the friend zone for many years because I met her in middle school, and she was basically like popular and real pretty, and she was really nice to me as a friend. I was like, well, she's out of my league. I'm not gonna f this up. I'm really gonna stay her friend and try to f it up and make it awkward. So I friend zoned myself, and I never told her that I liked her in that way. So we were friends for all through middle school and high school, and my Marine Corps career. We would, she would write me. I would call her, hey, how you doing? How's your family? Whatever. We always stayed in contact. We were really good friends. And when she came back to San Antonio and I was back, we started hanging out a lot. Then she was like, wait a minute, you're not the same boy from high school, from middle school. And I was like, wait a minute. So then we realized, we have something here together, that we have our love. We started loving each other as companions and partners. Yeah. And I think everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean? If I would have shot my shot in middle school, who knows what would happen? You know what I mean?
That is so true. That is so true. How that stuff like that happens. Like, you probably would have messed everything up.
It would have been awkward. I would have passed in the hallways like that girl. I would have hated her. You know what I mean? But
who's that weirdo? Nah, man, I thought he was my friend or something.
Yeah, everything happened for a reason. So
it's so weird. And then sometimes things work out.
Yeah. So we ended up falling in love, and she, from that point on, we were inseparable, and we hung out every day. And then that was when I realized, or she helped me realize, hey, something's not right. She's like, you're a great guy, but something's wrong. Like, you're having night terrors. You're not expressing your feelings. You're really cold. I was really easy to upset, but you can never tell if I was happy. So all my feelings were just out of whack. And she's like, something's wrong. I know you from middle school. I know you from before. Something happened. She was like, and she wanted better for me. You know what I mean? She didn't want me dealing with that. So we went to counseling, and that was the best decision that we made as well for our family and our relationship, because we realized what PTSD was, and then that changed my mindset about what PTSD is and was. And but I think what sticks with me about the PTSD counselor said was that it's not me against my wife, or it's not my wife against me. It's us against the PTSD. You know what I mean? It's us figuring out what is wrong and how to fix it and move forward. So I would get paranoid. I would not want to go to too many places with too many people, or if I went to a restaurant, I had to sit with my back to the wall so I can look at everybody. You know what I mean? So
I do know what you mean in that case. Like, what you're saying. And when somebody once told me, like, really, like, heart to heart, said, the military taught me how to kill my emotions, so I learned to stay alive.
Right.
But then never taught me how to deal with my emotions.
Right.
And you know, like, and
Exactly
it was
right.
so hard to say, or for him to say, because very proud person of we served, he did, and he still is, no matter what. But it was just something he had to learn. Like, I didn't learn how to deal with my emotions after I survived.
Right.
You know.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, I can't even. Once again, us cannot even come together with that thought at all. Like, we were doing at 19, 20 years old is trying to see if our fake ID was gonna work. Yeah. So yeah, we have
Thing I'm
no.
doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
We have nothing to like to compare to that. So like listening to your story, man, like it's I don't know. There's nothing else to do but feel pride and appreciation for what you did.
I appreciate it.
And what you're
Yeah.
still like, what still now afterwards, like having to like fight a different war, your PTSD.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
So-
definitely, and then now networking now and meeting fellow Marines or fellow servicemen and women that are going through what I did when I just got out. You know what I mean? I feel like we should always help each other out because there's always going to be people getting out of that scenario. So the need is still going to be there. I mean, even Vietnam veterans, you know what I mean? They didn't get the same treatment. They didn't know what PTSD was. You know, they didn't get it. The doctors didn't even know what it was. They didn't really have. They call it shell shock, and that was it. They didn't really have any plans on how to fix it. They just labeled it, and that was it. You know what I mean? Or they just prescribed all these medications, and that was it. So
and I think just barely now, even at this year, we're still barely learning from it.
Yeah, and it's gone. It's gone. We've learned a lot. There's still a lot more to learn, but it's definitely there's a lot more help now. And but I definitely owe my wife my life, honestly, because I don't know where I would have been without that. You know what I mean? What if I just started drinking and just became an alcoholic? You know, and threw everything away. You know what I mean? And a lot of veterans do. You know, you see some homeless veterans and you're like, how'd that happen? You know what I mean? And maybe that person didn't have that person say, hey, there's something wrong. Let's go figure it out. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of veterans out there that they just need that person. Hey, don't worry about it. Nothing's wrong with you. We're going to figure it out. Like, you know what I mean?
What made you feel like, because let's say, I don't know if you've experienced that. If you did, I would love to know. But let's say, you know, your wife coming up to you and saying, hey, I think you're dealing with this kind of stuff. And you're kind of like, no, what are you trying to say? Because there's a lot of pushback from a lot of people, from what I've heard. Did you experience the pushback? And then what finally made you say, yeah, I need it. I need something. And without going into too much detail, like I don't want to go. No, everybody's fight is different.
Knowing how much she loved me before, and knowing that she wanted the best for me, for one. Two is our kids. We had a kid, a son at that point, and the way she approached it was like, you're not going to be a good example for your son if you continue to go on your pattern of doing that. And I was like, oh, right. Like, I don't want my son dealing with that. I don't want to be an asshole to my son. I don't want my son thinking that I don't love him and that, you know, my dad never showed feelings or whatever, you know what I mean? Or what, you know what I mean? So I think that was like another amplifier of like, you're right, let's figure this out. Like, we
learn
have to.
from him, George. That's good, man.
Well, I mean, I'm an asshole for a different reason, and then I grew up this way. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a good point. Do you still feel like you're still fighting it right now?
Yes.
Or do you feel every day?
Every day.
You don't think it's never gonna change, but not change, but you've learned to change to deal with it.
Right. The nightmares and stuff like that has decreased. But what is a constant, not struggle, but a job of mine is to remember to show happy emotions and love. And if I feel them inside, it doesn't mean people know that I have them. I have to express them. And I think that's the hard part. And that's what I'm still dealing with, is that I'll do anything for my family, you know what I mean? But I need to show that to them. And then they need to see that in compassion and love and affection. And that's what I think not just veterans, I think a lot of machismo men, you know, like what you were saying earlier, like, and that goes into being a dad or a husband. And we have to get over that stigma of it's not, or it's weak to show your feelings. Like, no, we have to let people know how we feel, or else they're going to assume or base off of what, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so it's a constant work, and my family is worth it, so I'm always going to be working to be better.
In case there's somebody in the military, somebody dealing with PTSD, somebody that needs some kind of help.
Yeah.
I encourage you guys to look into finding that kind of help. But, Albert, I want you to tell somebody how they're able to accept and figure out that help, like from your own experience.
I think the first step is being okay with knowing things are not right. It's not that something's wrong with you, it's just something's wrong. You know what I mean? And it's okay. That's the first step. And the second step is just reaching out to, now there's a lot of organizations that are out there, or a loved one or fellow veterans. There's a lot of veteran community, especially here in San Antonio. Like, we have so many veterans here, so many organizations and nonprofits that would love to help you guys out. Like, no questions asked, no interrogation, no like digging into your personal feelings. Like, I think that's what scares a lot of veterans, is like, well, they're going to ask me all these questions. They're going to dig into my feelings. Like, no, they want to make sure that you're all right. Like, they want to let you know that someone has your back. That's the first step. Like, that's what all these organizations, that's what they want you to know first. Like, don't be afraid that someone's going to dig into your privacy or your feelings, and you're going to have to expose yourself or make yourself vulnerable. It's not like that. It's just them knowing that you might need help with something. Now you know that they have your back, and you can reach out to them when things get dark, or when you just feel like you have nowhere else to turn. There's people out there to help you. And luckily, I've ran into a lot of nonprofits, and like I said, San Antonio is military city, so it's definitely there's a lot of organizations out there to help out. So just realize that it's not a problem. Just step out of your comfort zone a little bit and say, hey, I want to do better for myself. I want to be a better citizen. I want to contribute more to society. And if you see it from that point of view, then obviously you're going to want to better yourself.
Perfectly said. You met the love of your life, and she helped you find help to deal with your PTSD. But that's not where the story ends. You guys have created a business together. She created a whole social media icon of her own. And then you have Sergeant Dadbot 210, correct? Boom. And now you recently opened up or started your Military City air conditioning and heating company. So we're going to talk about all that and the progression of it. And then an entrepreneur. Take us to where it all started. Let's go to the proposal. How did you propose to Norteño 210? Oh, you didn't know we were going to ask that, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Let's see if you tell the correct story, because she might get mad later on that you said.
No. So I basically,
Wait, hold on.
yeah, got it.
Now tell us.
So I had her drop the kids off at the mother-in-law, and before that, though, I cleaned the house, and I put red rose petals from our front door all the way to our back door. At the time, we lived in the house, and in our backyard, we had a big deck, and
Wait, a big what?
deck, wooden deck. Calm down.
Oh, okay. It's too hard and fast. I went too hard too fast on that.
I put lights out, like romantic little like stringy lights, and I put a table right in the middle, and just like a dinner basically. I put rose petals, and yeah. So I mean, like I told you earlier in episode 1, and like we were friends from middle school, best friends. So I knew I loved her from very early on, and but where we were in our lives at that point, it was I didn't see it any other way. You know what I mean? So she said yes.
Luckily.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah.
But no, you're skipping. Come on. We're trying to get our female audience growth. So
okay. So
you know what? And also for the guys that are listening, come on. We need this story for the guys that are listening. Exactly how it played out. We don't need the intimate details. We just need some details.
Yeah.
I give us the intimate ones too.
Yeah. So before she got there, I cooked dinner. I had steaks, everything ready, some nice wine. I don't know about that wine he's drinking, but
I got her this one, dude. It's high class.
I don't know. It might have been a little bit more expensive than that one. But,
I think somebody would have had to
you're overpaying then. You're overpaying.
Somebody would have had to come in and said, "Was that yes a consensual yes or?" Let's figure it out.
Alcohol included.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens with that wine. Don't buy that.
Yeah.
No, it was before the alcohol.
Good.
So yeah, I had the rose petals leading out there, and basically, so I had the rose petals from the front door, basically making a path to the back door, and then on the back patio had the one table in the middle with the chairs and the dinner set up. Well, she was out with her mom and had the kids over there, so I said, "Come home." I said, "I forgot something at home. Can you go get it for me?" Whatever, right? Well, she walks in and there's the rose petals, so she follows them to the deck, and I'm outside, and I'm already on the knee with the ring and all that. So,
dang! Okay.
It was really intimate. There wasn't a lot of people. There was nobody around. No camera, nothing like that. So it was, honestly, it was just her and me, and yes.
Did you get to ask the question? Like, did you actually say, "Will you marry me"? Did you give a speech?
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Some girls are like, "Oh my god!" Like, no, hold on, I didn't get to say anything.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. Like, I'm sorry, I just opened the box. This could be a promise ring.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got to say my little spiel, and she said yes, and yeah, so happily ever after.
So now that you said that, and I think the question on everybody's mind is, how did you cook those steaks? Were they well done or medium well? I'm just kidding.
Medium rare, man.
Medium rare. The way it should be, melting your mouth.
Yeah.
And I think Worm is getting a little sad because, little Worm over here drinking his wine.
That's right.
By himself.
Worm,
we're sorry we got married, Worm. Sorry.
I'm the one living the life, dude. Do you guys have to ask your wife? No.
I don't know. I was listening to Albert tell his story, and you're just.
No. Beautiful, dude. I love this.
He's all hugging the bottle.
These are drinks of joy.
Yeah, dude, that's a good story. I like it.
That was a good story. All right, you guys are married.
So I, at that point, I was already done with 18 heating school, and I was already in my career of heating and AC.
Okay.
I was working. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, before getting into, because I feel like we'll jump into that. When did Mira Medals start? Like you guys are talking. You guys are getting married. When did Mira Medals start? Which, by the way, Mira Medals, San Antonio, Fiesta Medals. Check them out. And running medals. That's not. You guys do all kinds of medals. Like you do running, like the 5Ks.
Yeah, 5K,
right?
like marathon medals. We also do challenge coin, lapel pins.
And you were a sergeant, right?
I would. Yeah, that was my last rank in the Marine Corps. Sergeant.
That's okay, and that's where the name came. Sergeant Dadbot?
Yeah. So that was my page and that's my page on Instagram. And Sergeant Gabon, because you gotta represent both of them. Obviously, a veteran and the Gabon.
Shoot, dude. Not as bad as George, but
I'm just the dad bod. That's it. Nothing honorable in it.
And actually, it's Sergeant Dadbot 210, right?
210, San Antonio. Yeah, you gotta represent.
210, Countdown City, Military City.
Yes, sir. So Mira Medals.
How did you decide to go into it with your wife? What was that decision?
Well, we were having a conversation. Obviously, San Antonio loves Fiesta, and the medals is a big part of it. And we were just, I don't know how we stumbled across a page or we saw some on Facebook, and we're kind of like, we're always thinking of I love it. We're always thinking of ways to do things and be different or whatever. So we saw some medals that were out that year. We're like, what if we get this? Or what if we get that? It was always like, what if? Well, I think we can do that. Or it was never like, hey, we should do it, right? It was always like, we can do better than that. They should have done that. They should have done that. No hate, but you're saying like what you would do differently, right? And so we were like, let's get one made. Let's design one and have someone make it, and then we'll either give them out or sell them or whatever, and see how it goes. So that was our first. It wasn't a business decision at that point. It was like, I want to have a Fiesta medal. We want to make one, and we want to give it out or sell it. Like, it wasn't about making money. It wasn't about building a business. It didn't start that way. So we designed the medal, and it was inspired by Selena. And it was really popular, and it sold out really quick. And so we actually went through a vendor to get that made. And during that process, we kind of learned like the ins and outs of the lack of communication, or like what's going on, or the price points and stuff like that. So when we dealt with that, our minds kind of turned a little bit more, because when people were asking us about our medal that we designed, they were like, well, who designed the medal? Like, who made this for you? I was like, well, we designed it. We had someone else make it. Oh, well, can you design one for me? Or
were you guys just normal people with a medal? Because usually, if you're not from San Antonio, the medals for Fiesta are like a big thing. They're a huge thing. But usually, like from what I know, big companies, or big and small companies, they make the medals. Right. But I've never heard of somebody like this being a person. Right.
So
saying that. I have a medal now.
So it is getting more and more popular, and a lot more individuals are making their own medals, family medals or family crest, or like it's now branching out to a lot of people, like, or the collector community that collects them. Somebody will make one from the collectors or a certain theme, and it's really branching out to anybody can make a medal, and a lot of people will want it, and especially if it's pop culture or like a hard to find or rare, it kind of piques people's interest, and they go out and find that. So yeah, we got a lot of inquiries about, well, who designed it, and are you you guys get at, and like I said, when we went through the company that we went through, there was a lot of hiccups and things that we were like, well, if I was running that company, I wouldn't do that, or I would do this differently, right? So then that's when our thought process changed. It was like, wait, we can make this better for other people. And then I did a little bit of research, and we spent a little bit of money on samples. We found some manufacturers, and I got some samples made, and we're like, let's do it. Like, let's see if we can make this better for if we can make this process better for other people, and they're not paying as much, and we don't have this big overhead, and we can help the community out, and we can help nonprofits, and yeah, why not try it at least? People started gravitating toward our designs, and like, hey, where'd you get that one made? Or hey, who made that one? So our name kind of popped out and to people's minds, like, hey, yeah, I went with Mira Medals. And then they realized, hey, the price is really good compared to other people. So that was our first year. It was just kind of networking, helping friends and helping people out. That's the second year, it hit us hard. Like, we had like 2 pages of a waiting list of people that were waiting for design. Because I was, at the time, I was doing all the design work. And so I would have to communicate with the client, say, hey, what are you guys looking for? What's your logo? What theme you want to go with? So that process alone takes some time. And we had a lot of people that were in line to make artwork. So yeah, that's when we realized, like, all right, we got something here. Like, people like what we're doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, the people want to know. The people want to know. I'm sure they want to know. I want to know. How much did you guys argue that first year of opening? Let's be real. Oh, he needed a whole drink for that.
I think, like I said, because of the way it started, because it wasn't a business decision off the bat, that helped with that. Because I do understand that, if a couple or 2 people have ideas and they have a want for their business and they have a goal and they envision it in a certain way, they can clash or they might have disagreements. But because we were having fun with it, and because we were seeing how much we were helping people, we weren't making decisions that were putting us against each other. Like, it was like, it makes sense. Let's just do it. Let's have fun.
Now I get to ask the stuff, dude.
What's up?
What about making a Too Hard, Too Fast medal?
Let's do it. I'm down.
You down? George, what do you think, bro? Too Hard, Too Fast medal?
Hey, it's not free, by the way.
What?
They still gotta eat.
I'll sacrifice a week of drinking to.
You guys are supporting us, so we would definitely give you guys a good deal.
Hell yeah!
Hey, we're down. We'll let Worm pay for it, because you know what? I paid for the mask and the koozies.
Right. All you need to do is
Hey, speaking of, Albert, would you wear a mask, bro? Would you wear this?
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah, all right, George, get him one, bro.
Don't ask him. Hey. I already owe his wife one.
Hey, all you gotta do is make your medal on the back of it, put Carbach beer on the back of their logo, because they're gonna sponsor it.
Apparently. Yeah. Oh, that's all you gotta do. So in case Carbach.
Yeah. Come on, Carbach. We'll put your name out there. We'll put your name on the medal.
Hey, and then if people really like the medals too, then maybe we could start selling them, and boom, we could help both of us.
There you go.
Dude, I am down for a medal.
That'd be so cool.
To make my mark, to put a mark on Fiesta, that would be cool.
Yeah, your name is now
cool. Go Too Hard, Too Fast on Fiesta.
Ooh, oh, dude, that is perfect, man.
Dude, it'll be like just a bunch of clips. Like, you guys can post like a bunch of clips of people that have gone too hard, too fast.
Dang, hell yeah. And then hopefully as people catch on to that too hard, and then be like Worm, and they'll be picking out. Be like Worm, go 2H, 2F. And that's a great idea. We're going to start doing that.
Too hard, too fast, yeah. Dude, we're going to, all right. I'm convinced we're going to figure something out. All right. So you got Mira Medals going on with your wife. You also just created another
Right.
business for yourself.
So during
Before we talk about that business, what does that entrepreneurship road feel like? Like you're your own boss,
Boss.
not balls. I don't know why I
Boss.
said.
Your own boss.
well, creating a business that helps other people was the best part of it. You know what I mean? Networking with so many people and being able to provide a product that people like and it helps people. We raised money. We raised 19,000 for a group of nonprofits here in San Antonio. Like that was our like, all right, all right, that's what we're doing this for, right? And yeah, it's just that entrepreneurship. Like I said, we kind of fell into the business side of it, and it grew because we had so much demand. So we didn't start off as a business or as a business plan in that regard. So growing into it, I think helped us, and it kind of slowed the process down because we kind of learned a lot during the that first year of so that helped us when we officially started our business. We got through that stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people learn and they make those mistakes and they make wrong decisions or they have to make hard decisions during that first year of business and that can be very difficult for small businesses.
Did you ever have that feeling of like, no, maybe this is not for me? Like,
Yeah,
I
so
need to quit.
we definitely our second year when we got really really popular. Um, our medals are made overseas, so the time zone is it's a different time zone. So I had to stay up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to communicate with our manufacturers overseas because if they have a design or if I had a design change, I wanted to give them and I wanted to have quick communication with our manufacturers. If not, I have to send an email and then wait 24 hours until our time zones reconnect and they already checked their email and they responded and I woke up and okay, now I don't agree with that. Now I'll change it again. So that we had to stay up at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning to make sure that our manufacturers were on the same page as us because again, we had a list of clients that were waiting for artwork or waiting for their metal proof.
How did you're doing all this craziness? You're staying up till late. You're working. Where does this military city air conditioning and heating company come from? Like to me, okay, I followed you. What? It had to be like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Bet. And I look like you and your wife had this good thing going with the medals. She has her good thing going with her Norteño to 10. And then all of a sudden, like you're helping, you're doing Mira Medals, you're helping her, and all of a sudden you just this business out of nowhere, and that's where I asked you, like, where did you even learn about air conditioning? And so you gave me this deal.
Right. So it goes back to when I
want to know about it.
So it goes back to when I got out of the military. When I got out, I went to 18 heating school. So the whole time from when I graduated tech school for that and building Mira Medals and as a side project or as a side hustle, my main income at that point was AC and heating. So I was staying up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then waking up at 7 in the morning to go to work at the heating and AC company that I was working for. So it was a process. I was tired. I was exhausted. But we were.
How did you deal with that? How did you deal with that tiredness? Like, how did you just push through?
I guess the military in me. I don't know.
I'm a Marine. I'm a Marine, motherfucker. That's how I did it.
Yeah. So I guess it's because we enjoyed what we were doing with Mira Medals. Mira Medals didn't feel like a work. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a job. We are enjoying what we were doing. We're helping people. We loved it. We had fun doing it. So I stayed up for 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And I went to bed, woke up, and I performed well at work. I'm good at what I do mechanically. And I love interacting with people and helping people. So that built my career in the AC side of it because I didn't let that go because I stayed in that business. at the same time. So from your perspective, you meeting us through your avenue of, social media, you saw us as Mira Medals, but at the same time, I was working as an AC technician, and at the same time, Natasha was working as a nurse and going to school as nursing. So us as a family, we were always busy. We're always doing something. We're always moving. We're always working. I was either doing this, she was at school, or she was working with nursing. Obviously, we have 3 kids, so that's a whole nother job, you know what I mean? So it's just, we always maintain, just keep moving forward. And that's, so yeah, so I was working with an AC company for 8 years during the process of building Mira Medals as well. So now I have 10 years of experience with AC and heating.
Wow. And so you're still certified and everything?
So before, I was just an AC technician, right? So 3 weeks ago, I made the decision to go and take my exam. Okay. So the exam is Texas contractor. So without the contractor's license, you can't buy equipment. You can't pull a permit. I can work on stuff on the side, but I can't really buy my own equipment. I can't pull a permit. I can't have insurance. I can't have my own business account. They're kind of just doing shady work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and there are people that
which
do that,
is welcome on the west side, maybe the south side.
Yeah. So,
yeah. As long as you bring it's shady work, a brisket, and some detergent.
And a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's it. It all comes together. It's a package deal.
Yeah. So yeah, I made the decision, and Natasha supported me and said, "Yeah, let's do it. I know you can do it." She had no doubt. And I took the exam. I passed my contractor's exam. So now I'm legitimate and insured with the state of Texas to buy equipment, sell pool permits, and do the work that I can.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to that, man.
Thank you.
Worm has killed his drink.
No, not yet. Right here.
Boom. Cheers.
Ooh,
hey, congrats to that.
What we're talking
about?
Oh, shoot.
Military City, air conditioning and heating.
Let me get out of the way.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, keep it as a background. I like it.
Yeah,
keep it.
Okay.
Don't take it off.
Let me see if I can. Okay, cool.
Hey, bro, so let me test your knowledge then. If I have a 950 square foot house, I need a full package on the roof. What's that, like a 2-ton or a 3-ton or what that I need?
900 square feet?
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables that we're not talking about, like the insulation on the walls. There's a lot of things, but 900 square feet, you're looking at probably 2-ton or below, like 1.5 tons.
All right, 3 tons is too much.
If it's like an old shack, and the windows are leaking air and there's no insulation, you might need a 2-ton. But it all depends on everything. But hey,
right. Are you willing to come give me a quote here in West Texas? Because I've been looking at this.
No.
But it's a 5-hour drive from San Antonio, so I understand if no.
Hey, I'm willing to talk to you over the phone and tell you what's a good decision to make.
Okay, thanks.
And that kind of leads me into the way I operate is I give customers my number and I say, call me if you have questions. I understand that you want to call me because something's wrong, but I want to save you money. I don't want to waste my time. Like, if I can fix it over the phone, I'll walk you through it. I don't care.
Nice, bro. I mean? Well, if you want, let's do it. Well, we could video chat, dude, and I'll just replace my own thing.
Yeah.
I don't trust.
It's all on YouTube.
Also, it's chat.
What I really want though, so I have a full package on the roof, but I actually want the compressor on the ground. But the only thing is, for the heating unit, you need there's a closet I have, but it's not big enough. So it's like, damn, unless I take the closet. So it's like, shoot.
You're just gonna make sure your package is big enough for your.
Yeah.
Anyways, what we're
size matter. Size matter.
Size matters.
Not for me. Size doesn't matter.
Military City, air
come on.
conditioning heating.
Well, if you're ever in West Texas, let me know, bro.
I'm not lying, man. If you need any advice, call me and I'll help you out.
All right, that's legit, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't take your background off. I like it.
No, I have a reason for taking it off. Let me.
Okay.
All right, show us.
And this is kind of a segue of why I want or what I'm kind of built my company into. So the picture behind me, the painting, you probably can't see what it is because it's zoomed in, but
it looks cool though. But yeah, I can't tell.
How about now?
That's legit.
It looks still cool, but I can't tell what it is.
It's a spaceship.
Jesus Christ.
No way.
You see it or no?
Well, explain.
All right, here's the nose, eyes. It's Jesus Christ.
Oh, dang, I see it. Like it's the face. Yeah, like looking down it.
Right? Yeah.
Worm, if you can't see it, it's because you don't have Jesus in your heart.
I know. I guess I don't have enough faith.
In your heart.
Oh, I see it now. I see it.
No.
Yeah, I see it now. He's
Worm.
facing down this way. All right. And I like that because it's. I thought it was a spaceship.
So here's the story on that, and you'll get where I'm coming from. I was working for a company, and I think it was like a Friday evening on call. I get a call from a customer, and the customer was actually in Hawaii. They were on their anniversary honeymoon, whatever it was, in Hawaii, but his mom was home with the 4 kids in August, and the AC went out. So I go there, and me being me, I say, hey, let's figure this out. Let's get it going. This painting was in their living room, not hung up. It was kind of just leaning into the wall. And during that process of me figuring stuff out, I made a comment. I love that painting. It registered with me what it was. I was like, that's an awesome painting. I like it a lot. And that was it. I just made a compliment on the painting. Well, to find out, their system, it completely fried. They need a new system. So he's in Hawaii. He's freaking out. His 4 kids are hot in August. His mom is freaking out, stressed out. They got 4 kids. She has to figure out what to do with. Well, we had temporary cooling units, kind of like window units. We had some window units and some temporary units that I said, look, let me go get the temporary units. I'll bring them here. We'll cool down the house. I'll talk to, the husband. We'll figure out a plan for your system. I don't want you to feel rushed. I don't want you to feel like you're doing something that you're just like stressed out. Let's figure this out. So I got their kids comfortable, their family comfortable. Come Monday, we came up with a game plan. We got them a new system. We put it in. This is all over phone. This is, you're talking about, $8,000 to $10,000 investment over the phone. He doesn't know me from anybody. You know what I mean? They just called us off the internet. And I wanted to make sure that his family was comfortable and safe. And I understood what was going on. Long story short, Monday comes around, everything's taken care of, family's taken care of. I leave them. A week later, I get a phone call from that customer. And, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Everything okay? He's like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate what you did for our family and taking care of them, and that you didn't pressure us into doing something that we weren't ready for or whatever. We felt completely comfortable. He's like, I want to give you that painting in my house. And my mom told me that you made a comment about it. And he's like, I want to give it to you. So that stuck with me for a long time because it was a simple compliment that I made on a painting, but it meant a lot because it kind of ties into my faith and what I want to do with my business, and being honest and helping people out. I don't want to, take advantage of people. I want people to feel comfortable and trustworthy, and that's just what I want to do.
There's a lot of AC businesses that want to take advantage, that want to invent a problem, so you
Right.
can get a whole unit or all this. And so when you told me this earlier, like offline, like I was like, it's hard to believe,
Yeah,
but knowing you, I believe it,
I
and
appreciate
I
it.
believe that's what you're gonna do,
I
man.
appreciate it.
I believe that's what you're gonna do. I'm from a small town in Texas that there was maybe a couple of people that we could
Right.
trust with our AC, and I think that's what you're doing. I think San Antonio needs to give you that opportunity, and they will.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
You continue to stay with this track, man, and you will have a better business
I appreciate that.
than some of the people that I don't trust.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard. It's I've learned a lot in the past 10 years in this industry. I learned a lot. I learned how other companies run their business, and I can't blame the technicians that come out to your house because they're at the end of the day they want to make money for their family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not their
it's
fault.
not their fault that their company is run that way, and that their company is based off commissions, and their guys are based on sales, and they want to sell something. I don't want to sell you anything. I want to repair it and fix the problem. If fixing the problem means you need something new, I'll go get that something new for you. But I'm not going to sell you something just because I can sell you something. If we have to make that decision, we'll make it. But that's not what service is. Service is not sales, and a lot of companies have gone away from service, and it's all sales. And I want to be different and provide a service. And people are gonna. I've noticed that if you build that clientele and you build that trust, that when you tell them it's time to replace your system, it's time to make that investment, they're gonna completely trust that, and they're gonna spend the money. They're gonna make that investment for their house and their family. They're gonna feel comfortable knowing that Albert or this company is not out to just make a quick buck. He's telling me I have to do it, so it means it's just time to make that decision.
And you don't want to be that person when it fails, and you're going to be dying of heat in Texas, in San Antonio, because that heat.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They'll pay for a hotel for their wives because they know
yeah.
they know
And you
storm
don't
that's
want to be the
coming.
one that has to live through the 3 days of winter in San Antonio.
Yeah.
You want that heat, so you better call Military City Air Conditioning and Heating to help
Let
you.
me know what I can do.
You offer financing, bro. Do you offer financing?
Yes, we're working on financing, but yes.
Oh dang, that is
The
something.
plan is to have financing available to help people. Hey, if they can't, if the time is ready, you need that big ticket item. Hey, let's figure out the best option. Yeah.
So with that said, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, Worm.
A lot of money. But are we ending it, George? Because I just have one more. Actually, I had two more questions for Albert.
Well then say them, man.
All right.
I thought you were asleep, Worm.
No, Albert.
I thought you passed out from your heating not working.
Albert, real quick. So it sucks because I already know George is gonna cut this out, but it's all good. Just for us then. All right, going back, Albert. Last question, brother. All right, give us a too hard, too fast story, bro.
Woo! I almost forgot about that. Too hard.
Whatever you feel comfortable saying, man. But
okay.
Also, I don't know how like any too hard, too fast story can like go too hard, too fast than your military story. Like I was literally just like, what?
Or if it makes you feel better, you know what? A too hard, too fast story of one of your military buddies, or just one of your
and fast.
One of your buddies.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So,
tell us your too hard, too fast story.
My too hard, too fast, and I think it's relatable because people know. Was I just got out of the military, and again I was drinking a lot, I was partying. We went to the river to go float on the river. And we were drinking a lot before, and I was taking other things on top of that. And we had a bag of wine, the box of wine, but you take the box out, and it's a bag of wine, the bladder.
Yeah.
We took that on the Comal River. And so we were drinking, and next thing you know, I get out of the river because I see a bridge on the river. And I want to jump off that bridge. I want to jump off that bridge back into the river. So I get out of my tube and I run up the stairs and I go on the bridge. And my friends that are with me are like, "What are you doing? Like, you're crazy, whatever." I'm literally about to jump off. Like, my leg is over the rail.
Yeah.
And there's a police officer there. "Hey, stop it!" I'm like, "Whoa!" He's like, "No, you're not allowed to do that. I'm going to give you a ticket, blah, blah, blah." Luckily, my buddy was there. He's like, "Hey, he just got back from the military. It was his fault. He didn't know." And next thing you know, we're down back in the river. And I think that would have been my too hard, too fast. I heard some stories about that bridge that some people jump off that bridge and they actually became paralyzed because the river's not that deep.
Not deep enough?
Yeah. And that they were jumping off and getting hurt. So I'm glad that my friend was there. I'm glad the police officer was there, and everything worked out. But yeah,
that's awesome, bro.
Could have been real bad.
Yeah, hey, bro. I don't know if you did it on intentionally and stuff, but to me, it's perfect. Christ is right behind you, looking down on you, bro. He's always been protecting you, bro. I love it. Huh?
Always watching over, yeah.
Always watching over us, man. Yeah.
For sure.
So God bless you, bro. I don't know where the hell George is at. I was about to finish, but oh well.
All right, so let's end it there. Too hard, too fast story. Somebody continues to watch over Albert, and whoever that somebody is, please continue to watch over him, his family, his wife, everybody he cares about. But with that said, this is the end of the podcast. This episode, part 2. We've had a great time with Alberto! Sergeant Dadbod 210. Follow him on Instagram. America Bourbon. I need to get my hands on that 100%. He cleaned the bottle. Look at that. Clean the bottle. Worm, did you clean the bottle? What is it?
No, I know.
You guys definitely went too hard, too fast.
Hell yeah.
We went too hard, too fast. Thanks for listening to Alberto's story. Thank you for sticking around for Too Hard, Too Fast. But with that said, Worm, what are you going to say?
Hey, for the people out there, your wife's hot. Call Military City Air Conditioning. You need a new air conditioner.
Yes.
I stole that from a billboard in San Antonio.
Oh, well, you can't say that.
Can I use that? No.
Can you? I don't know.
I'll cool her down.
The hotter the wife, the better the air conditioner.
Yeah, there you go.
It might as well be Military City Air Conditioning and Heating. Almost lost my breath doing that. Ooh. Gotta go get tested. But with that said, hey, Derby, Weird. Actually, what are you gonna say, Alberto, before we close?
About what? What part?
About anything. What are you gonna say?
Thank you for having me on. Happy New Year. Let's make 2021 better than every other year.
Period. Hell yeah.
And with that said, let's make 2021 better. Let's make ourselves better. Let's keep making our communities better. The only way we can do that is by making each other better. Better. Yeah. Not butter. I think I said butter, but I mean better. But with that said, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Bye. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks, Albert. Thanks, Natasha. Thanks, Norteño 210. You guys have been amazing. You guys have an amazing family, and I'm glad that you are friends with me.
Thank you. Yeah, same here.
Worm, I hate you.
Still the same.
Yeah.